I am super excited to introduce to everyone Miss Lynn Gambrell. And you have been, it's almost been a year that you've been with us as well. So we did a lot of hiring last year through our growth, and I got to tell you, we are just so excited, so thrilled to have you as a part of our family. You do an amazing job, but it ain't just what you do for us, it's how you do it. And I appreciate that so much. I think you do, you're just, you ooze our culture, you know, and you just treat people with so much respect, and you're just so kind and so tender-hearted, and it just shows in everything you do. So I just want to say that, and I'm grateful you're part of our team.
Well, thank you, Chad. I certainly appreciate that, and I appreciate the compliments.
Well, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. So tell us a little bit about Lynn. Where are you from?
Well, originally, I'm from the Greenville, Anderson, South Carolina area.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I grew up in Anderson on Lake Hartwell. So after my husband and I got married, we moved here to Georgia. So we've lived longer here in Georgia than we did in South Carolina growing up. So.
Well, and you were, so before you came to the Mountain Life team, you were up at the Chamber. What other things have you done in your career?
Well, I actually homeschooled our kids for quite a few years. So to me, that was
is 100%
a little bit of what I did. Definitely, that was 100%. A good job, absolutely. Prior to that, I had my own business. I love to paint, and I painted wildlife for a good many years. I did some work for Ducks Unlimited and the National Wild Turkey Federation, and a couple of other people like that.
We should have done this interview a long time ago. I didn't know all this stuff. Now, I know you're an incredible photographer as well. So
I do love that. Mm-hmm.
Well, you and I both share that passion. So I mean,
yes,
of course, I think you do it a little bit more professionally than I do. I do it because I love it. It's a hobby. It's a release for me, and I love to share our mountains and take those pictures. But so you are basically what we call in the Keller Williams world our director of first impressions, and you're also our referral coordinator. And you want to just give us a brief, kind of an idea of what that entails in a day-to-day type of a situation for you?
Sure. I am the person that answers the phone, so I'm able to speak to those that call the office and direct them in the areas that they need to go to.
Hence, director of first impressions.
Exactly. And I love to talk to people, so that's pretty much right up my alley anyway, too. And I do have a heart to help people, too. So that's also
yes, you do.
Up that line.
You do.
And then I do coordinate the referrals when we have other agents from other areas to call in with a referral. I, kind of direct them toward the agent that would fit them, that would fit their client,
right?
I should say.
And, and here with the Mountain Life team, we are so blessed. I mean, we have a lot of referral business, both from past client, from agent referrals, from other areas, not only Atlanta, Florida, but all over. I mean, we just received one not long ago from Hawaii. So, you think about that. But, what I think you do so well is, we've created a system and a procedure around making sure that our referring partners are updated on a regular basis. And I think that's so important. I mean, they've entrusted us with their clients to make sure that we take very good care of them up here in while they're looking for a home or a cabin here in the mountains or property, whatever it may be. And much like we do with our clients when they go under contract or when we take a property and we're marketing it for sale, keeping them up to date on exactly what's going on, updates on feedback, updates on market reports and things of that nature, equally as important as that is being, clients are, customer service, but we give that customer service on the agents that refer us business. And I know they appreciate it. And I think you do a really, really good job with that. And you've helped us build that system. I mean, you came on and we created that job because we knew it was a need. And I think you'll say, that it's definitely a full-time job here on the Mountain Life team, trying to keep all that updated and providing that great service.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely it is a full-time job, just even keeping people updated, which I feel like is very important, because they want to know what's going on with their clients, and how things are going, especially when they entrust their clients with us.
Absolutely.
And they may not know the agents that we pair their clients with. I think it is important to keep them updated, with the information of what's happening.
I agree. So what would you say you love most about your job?
Oh, wow. Well, first off, I just love being here with the team, everybody that we work with. It's just we all feel, I'm speaking for everybody else, but I think we all feel like we're at home when we walk through the door, to work in the morning. So that's probably a big thing, I think, is just being comfortable and having a great work atmosphere.
That's awesome. I mean, and we call it a family. I mean, because we do consider each other family. We take care of each other like family, and but that's awesome that you would say that. So again, around people, we'll talk a little bit more about that maybe in a minute. But so when you aren't working here with the Mountain Life team, what are you doing? What do you like to do to occupy your time?
Oh my goodness. I can probably be over busy at times.
I think
so
we can all say that. Yes.
Definitely. So I'm either, our kids are almost grown and on their way, but there's not much that I don't like to do. I enjoy hiking. Of course, being in the mountains, it's a perfect place for hiking, and we do a lot of that. We've traveled a good bit, and I do love to travel. We're trying to hit all 50 states. I think we're up to 42 right now, the states that we've been in the U.S. Wow. And of course, I like photography and I like to paint. I just don't have time to do that as much as I did. We love to go boating. We stay on the lake, on Lake Notley a lot, and I grew up water skiing, so I still try to water ski.
That's
I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do that, but
yeah, the kids ask me every year, "You gonna get out there and slalom this year?" I'm like, "Ooh, I'm way past that. I'm
Come
afraid.
on, Chad,
I'm way past that."
It.
But I did. I used to love to water ski. Love to water ski.
Yes.
So that's
good
awesome.
Exercise.
So we've, it seems like travel, people, all that stuff has been a common denominator with our little family here. So again, we're very goal oriented, as you know, and we really promote that, having goals, written down goals, and things of that nature. And here recently, we've even talked a little bit about vision boards and things of that nature. So what would you say is one goal that you currently have for yourself, and maybe even for the next year, the coming year?
Well, and this is probably more spiritual than anything, but my goal for this year that I was trying to complete by January 1, but I may be a little bit later, is trying to read my Bible all the way through from cover to cover. I've read different sections and different parts, but never from the beginning all the way to the end in that sequence. So I'm about 3/4 of the way through, and that's really been one of my biggest goals, other than trying to get my kids through school and on their way. So
that's awesome. I've actually done that twice. Read the Bible and it's, man, some of those, getting through some of those chapters are just like, Okay, can I just get to the New Testament and get on through there? But
absolutely,
but it
especially when
is-
they have all the names you can't pronounce
right.
real well.
That's true. I just
It's-
mumble through those.
oh,
You
yeah.
know, just get on through. But I mean, it's hard to
So-
describe, but it's a sense of accomplishment once you've done that.
Definitely.
So that's an awesome goal to have, and I'm gonna hold you accountable to that one.
Please do.
So ultimately, we all have our big whys. So what gets you out of the bed in the morning? Why do you do what you do? What drives you? What would you say? I mean, I know there's multiple things, but just if you had to pinpoint one, what would it be?
I feel like I just want to make a difference in somebody's life. You know, each day in some way. Whether it's a word that I say or something that I can do for somebody else, or I feel like our lives are so short. You know, I try to ask myself every morning, okay, what is important today that I can get accomplished, you know, maybe for somebody else. Because I feel like that's where we get our real blessings from.
Absolutely.
Is for serving
Amen.
other people.
I believe that. You know, and it's, I'm glad you said that, because you never know how you're going to touch somebody. And you know, until you make that attempt. But even then, you may not ever know. But you did in the least way, you know, like just a compliment, someone in passing, helping. I mean, it's the simplest things, you know, seeing someone struggling, coming out with their shopping cart at the grocery store and helping them open a door, or, you know, just to unload the littlest things. And you can just, people will, you know, sometimes tell you what they need to tell you, you know, and it's just, it's amazing to me. I could go on and on about that, but I mean, just by, you know, one thing that I do, this is your review, you go ahead.
No, that's okay.
No.
Well, I think when you do that, people don't expect it a lot of times, so, you know, they're more receptive to you doing things for them, maybe when they don't expect it.
Right.
I guess.
Well, I tell you just one little simple thing, and I don't say this to puff my chest out or anything like that. I normally do, I always do it in quiet. But one thing that I love to do when I see, you know, I'm touched when the older gentlemen or previous generations that they wear their military hats. You know, whatever ship they were on, if they were in the Navy, or if they're veterans for whatever war, maybe it be the Korean War, the Vietnam era. But just getting their ticket and paying for their lunch.
Exactly.
I've seen so many guys just break down, and you know, our servicemen are just not thanked enough. And I know that's kind of going off on a tangent there, but it's important that we try to make a difference in everybody that we come in contact. And I think we talk about that a lot here. You know, just trying to be a light in a daily becoming a darker and darker world that we live in, and it's sad, but you know, how do we know it's not His design? You know,
that's exactly right.
But
that's
one
exactly
thing's
right.
for sure, He's told us to be the light, no matter what, and I think we do a really good job. And you, my dear, are a huge part of that. You, again, you just the way you carry yourself, the way you talk to our team family, our team clients, everything. It's just, it warms my heart to know that you are a part of this family, and that you're such a huge example of the value that we strive to give to each and every client that we come in contact with, every person that walks through the door, so every phone call that comes in. But you do an amazing job. We are so grateful to have you a part of this team. And I thank you for sharing with us a little bit about Lynn Gambrell, and
You're quite welcome, and I appreciate our great team leader. Takes a good leader to.
We're all in this together, but
Exactly.
Thank you. Well, again, I appreciate you doing this for us.
All right, thank you.